Hi there, I am Bethany Londyn, founder of HealthAddikt and the Mainstream Mission, where we are taking the alternative out of alternative care. We are looking to raise consciousness around health and well-being, and we're bringing to you stories from different people that have different backgrounds, whether it's a doctor or fitness expert or someone that's cured themselves through stretching. There are so many different unique and alternative methods that people aren't even aware of. And so we're here to share that journey with you. And I'm so excited that you've come to listen. And please share if this supports you with your people, because everyone deserves to hear these amazing messages of people taking on their health. So, thank you again. Hello, I am Bethany Londyn here with Batista Gremaud. Yes? Okay, and we're here to talk and shift your paradigm around health and health consciousness. And she is here. She is a published author. She just recently wrote this book, Feminine Body Design, Empowering Fitness for a Pain-Free Life. And she's going to give us some interesting data and more on pain, fitness, and how strength training and everything can tackle disease and cancer and stuff you wouldn't even think about. So I'm excited to learn all about this and more.
And I'm excited to be here.
Yay! So tell us a little bit about your background. And we're going to be talking to her husband as well.
Okay, so my background is I was a dancer. Dancer, ballet first, then flamenco, dancing, and I started when I was 3 years old. That was my entire life.
Did you toe?
Yes, I did.
I never graduated that far.
Yes, no.
I did ballet, but yeah.
Yeah, my mother was a ballet dancer. My father was a mime, so I was brought up in the arts. And that's all I did up to about 9 years ago. And as you know, or maybe not know, I don't know, dancing is really hard on the body, especially when you do it as a profession, because the show must go on.
Yeah.
So what happened is about 9 years ago, I really found my body taking a trip downwards. Let's put it this way.
Yeah.
A lot of injuries. Just a lot of stress. Dancing is it's hard on every level, so you're always working, and I was working 7 days a week, and business was great, but my body was taking a toll, yeah. So my other love is the mind, religions, metaphysical science, meditation, all this good stuff. And so I spent 25 years in studying the mind and energies.
Yeah.
And when I noticed that really I didn't have a grip on what was going on with my body, I made a decision. I realized that I'd spent so many years learning how to manifest my own life and how to create and all the stuff we learn now.
I do.
And now it's becoming very mainstream. And I realized that the dots weren't connecting, because if I know all this and I believe it, and yet I am having a healthy lifestyle, dancing, eating right, doing all the right things. And of course, I was working very hard.
Why is my body going down?
Why is my body going down?
Yeah.
And so I realized that there was something missing, that one piece of the puzzle I was overlooking, or
And sometimes it's the smallest thing. Like, it's just fine-tuning.
Sometimes it is, but for me, it's like I was already doing a lot of good things.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't happening. So with that night, I was hosting a meditation group in my studio, as I did regularly. And I got everybody's mind together, and we said, okay, the intention tonight is going to be to manifest something that's going to change this predicament I was in. Okay, so I really made that mock-up. And the next day, I met Dr. Fitness USA.
Boom.
Okay, so it was a sign, right?
Prayers answered.
Prayers answered. So I've been known to be a good manifester in the past,
Yeah, me too.
but that was quick.
yeah.
So sometimes things don't really exactly happen the way you think they're gonna happen. Your answers are come, but sometimes not exactly in the way you expect them. So when I met Dr. Fitness USA, and he talked to me about the strength training system and what he does in the fitness arena.
Yeah.
And I have to say that I had heard it all, but I had not heard his point of view on the topic.
Yeah. Well, and as a ballet dancer, I know for me, my trainer, I don't know, what's a ballet coach? She was always like, no weight training whatsoever. Do not go to the gym.
They used to say that.
Yeah, that's what she would tell us.
Yeah, because such misconception. Now the dancers actually are strength training.
Oh, okay.
For injury prevention.
Yes.
I mean, there's this, I forget her name, it's a beautiful prima ballerina in the Cuban ballet. I was reading in the dance magazine her regiment everyday strength training for injury, and they do it now more and more. It's just really becoming like known that it is good for the body, the mind, and on every level. But for me, I was still under that mentality, and I was very afraid of it because I had serious injuries. I had a back injury in the early 80s, and I was in a lot of pain, and I couldn't lift anything. Like even going to the market or like lifting bags and things, I couldn't lift anything without my back going out and a lot of pain. So thinking about lifting weight was very scary. Okay, not only from the standpoint that, oh my God, now I got to lift weight and what's going to happen with my injuries and my backache, but also because I thought I might get bulky.
Yes.
Right? And that was like a big no-no. But I had prayed for it, and that came into my life, and I know that when I pray for something and it comes into my life, I know better than to
push it away.
Yeah. So I decided to embrace it and give it a chance, and I have to tell you that it changed my life. That was the transitional point. Within a couple of months, my entire problem with my back was absolutely gone. My frozen shoulder was back. I could move it. I could move my. I mean,
lift your groceries.
More than that, I could not only lift my groceries. I could lift like 25, 30 pounds dumbbells. Like doing things that I never thought were even possible.
Right.
But more than that,
so your pain basically went away.
Gone.
And that was the only thing you did different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was amazing.
And did you get bulky?
No. No, I didn't get bulky. As a matter of fact, better than that, because when I started that last 6 months before starting on Dr. Fitness USA's program, the hormones, whatever you call it, you name it, I was starting to gain a lot of weight, like even like maybe like something outrageous, like a pound per month. It was just
as you're aging, you mean?
Yeah, exactly. But it was like escalating very rapidly, and I was already on diets, eating good, so it was very scary. But almost overnight, the weight gain stopped.
Yeah, because you're increasing your metabolism as you're building muscle.
Exactly. So it was just a real success story, like right away, and for stress release, amazing. It's just like just that calm that came upon me. It just changed my life, and at that point, it was also when the economy collapsed in 2008, and I had some serious personal drama at that time with the economy, with my parents passing away back to back, and so a lot of things were
with everybody else.
I know, yeah.
At the time.
So things were shifting for me at that point on every level. And it's at that point that I decided to make that career transition and immerse myself 100% with Dr. Fitness USA to bring the message out to people that there is answers that we don't necessarily know for health, well-being, emotionally, physically, mentally, you know.
So you dove deep into research.
So what I've done is that every time I talk to Dr. Fitness USA and I go, what is it that you're doing exactly? How does that work? And he couldn't really necessarily explain it. So I've done extensive research on all the different components that make part of what he teaches, which has to do about strength training first, but also postural alignment, and also the importance of the nervous system for health. And then I kind of took apart the system, and I was able to really start to understand why the program works. And this is how I came about to writing the books, which the last one I wrote, Feminine Body Design, became a #1 bestseller just upon release. So very excited. And so it's just been an amazing journey, and I'm really excited to be at a place right now where I can really share it with people and really bring some hope that there are methods that you know, if you have an open mind and you can absorb information, because not everybody are willing to change. Sometimes
you gotta be open.
You gotta be open, you know.
Be open, or
but there are solutions.
Don't expect any changes.
Exactly. So there are solutions available for.
So that sounds a lot like mindset, is what you're talking about.
Absolutely. Well, you got to have the proper mindset first.
Yeah.
Or else you can't. You know, that day when I met Dr. Fitness USA, you know, if I hadn't had the mindset to say, okay, I'll listen, and I would have said, oh, lifting weight? No way, you know, I'm a ballet dancer or I'm a dancer. Then that's the first thing, right? I would have shut the door at that point. And a lot of people, believe it or not, shut the door just by hearing that gym, or weight, you know. But there's so much research now that proves that strength training it's actually becoming the #1 anti-aging sport. The research now.
This is what I want to hear more about.
Yes.
I mean, I'm all about mindset. I do personal development, business coaching. And so, yeah, it is about the mindset and being open, and your ego's going to attack it no matter what, as soon as you start making a difference in your life and changing, because ego thinks it's doing you a favor.
Yes.
But it's not. You got to say thank you, goodbye.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, anti-aging and weight training?
Yes. Well, where do I start? Okay.
I don't know.
Where do I start? Okay, well, you can look at, for example, research now that points that strength training can actually reverse things like osteoporosis.
Yeah.
And it's logical because...
Well, even CrossFit, I've heard of people that are like 65, 70 are doing CrossFit. And I'm just like, what?
Okay, so you got to read my book. You got to read my book. Because CrossFit, you know, it's like... A lot of people have a misconceptions about what type of exercise does what. And, you know, some people love CrossFit and whatnot. But do you know that there is a 75% statistics on injury for CrossFit?
Oh, I did. I'll wait to talk to Dr. Fitness about my CrossFit experience.
Yeah. So you know, it's important to know, and this is one of the things that I've learned. And you know, as a dancer, I've had a lot of injuries, so I talk from personal experience. And you know, when you're young and you have a passion for dancing, back then, if you had told me, "Oh, dancing is hard on the body, you're gonna have injuries," I would have said, "So what?"
Right.
Because that was my love and my passion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ballet really pushes you in a different way than CrossFit, but yeah.
Yeah. So you know, some people have a passion and they're going to do what they do just because they're passionate. And if they have injuries, so what? That was me. Okay. But not everybody is engaging or starting an exercise program because it's their profession or their passion. Most people just want to be healthy, feel good, look good, and so they go into those different fitness modalities not knowing the dangers and the risks of what those might bring to them long term. Okay, so I think in terms of just feeling good, looking good, and staying young, then it's important to choose a modality that is sustainable.
Right.
Sustainable. That means that if you are 30 years old
You can be consistent.
You can be consistent, you can engage in something and go, okay, now when I go into my 60s, I'm going to be looking good, looking young, being strong, not like I'm going to look good right now, I'm going to do this 90-day challenge, and after 4 months you have an injury and then that's what happens, and then you're done.
Okay, so anti-aging, I want to hear about it.
Anti-aging. So
and I'm sure the listeners do as well.
Anti-aging. Okay, very, very simple.
That's what sells.
Okay.
Right? Anti-aging and sex.
Okay.
Is that it?
Well, strength training is great for that too, because you're stronger, more beautiful, you have more stamina and all that good stuff, so that's a good one. Okay, so there's many different aspects of anti-aging, but when you do the right thing for your body, the body says thank you, and it will, and we're not meant to grow old. We're meant to grow old gracefully. Okay, so anti-aging, where do you start? Well, first of all, there's one thing that you have to know that most people don't realize is the aging process starts at 30 years old. Okay.
Yep.
One of the first things that happens is the person is starting to lose muscle tissue slowly, progressively. And that starts as of age 30. Now, this change
I'm 5 years into my aging process.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Okay.
So that's like one of the first things that people overlook when they think of anti-aging, okay? So when you're 30, 35, 40, you don't realize it, okay? When you're 40, 45, now your hormones start changing, and now the woman will or start gaining weight, or she is going to lose weight and use muscle tissue. You have like the skinny person or the person that gets overweight, okay?
And if you're a triathlete, I swear all the athletes, their peak performance is between like 35 and 45.
Yeah, but you got to look past that, right? Because you start use 45, 50, 55, that's when you really want the anti-aging, right?
Right, okay. Well, I want it now, too.
You want it now? Okay, so that's the thing. So you got to start, first of all, you have to start doing counteracting the effect, the cause of the aging process. And one of the first one is to maintain and rebuild muscle mass. Now, how do you do that?
Weight training.
Weight training. It's the number one method. You have to know which exercise you're going to do in order to achieve the results you want to do. Now, most of the time when we talk about strength training to people, especially women, they would go, oh, I do yoga, thinking that yoga does that. Yoga does not do that, okay? Yoga uses different muscle fibers and different muscle contractions.
What about like bar?
No, in order to develop a muscle, you have to lift weight, more weight than you see.
Than body resistance.
Exactly.
Because I've heard people in bar say that they're the fittest or whatever, the leanest, strongest that they've ever been. Maybe not the strongest, but leanest. With
okay, so that's the misconception. Okay, the misconception is you are going to strengthen the muscle that you have, so you can become lean. But with time, you continue to lose muscle mass, right? So in time, you are still experiencing the effect of aging, which is a serious amount of muscle mass loss. Does that make sense?
So can you overcome by doing it all?
Yes.
That sounds like a lot of work, by the way.
No. You see, this is where Dr. Fitness USA comes into play, because with strength training, you can actually achieve both. You can build the muscle, which uses those specific muscle fibers and muscle contractions, but you can also work on the other muscle fibers, which have to do with resistance, endurance. And endurance, right? So if you do yoga, you're gonna work on the endurance part of the muscle, but not the building of the muscle. And when I say building, it doesn't mean that you have to get bulky, but you do have to. They're just different muscle fibers.
Yeah.
There's just like you have this and you have this. It's not the same one. So when you do yoga, you use these, and when you do strength training, you use this. So the idea is that you need to be using both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and so you build the muscle,
so you
and
build
then
the muscle, and so, but then there's another thing. Who is the person that's going to look the youngest? The one that walks around like this, or the one that walks around like this? Okay. Most people don't realize that their posture is shifting with age, because the muscle mass is diminishing.
Okay, I'm now standing up, sitting a little
Do you
straighter.
get this? Because we talk about the muscle loss first, right? And then, of course, we're going to start losing all the muscle mass in the back, and nobody's looking at. How often do you go and look in your back in the mirror?
Never.
Okay. Before you know it, the posture starts shifting. And what happens with people that are exercising most of the time is they're going to go into their exercise modality, whatever they're doing, and they're going to work out from where they stand. So if they are like this, they're going to do their exercise
so
like
they aren't
this.
creating the foundation first, and then...
Exactly, and they're not shifting their posture to better health, okay? Now, posture is associated with a lot of illnesses and diseases that you don't
the nervous system.
And the nervous system, exactly, I'm getting to that. So first of all, 80% of all North Americans suffer from backache. These are the statistics.
Yes.
Okay. One of the first reasons for backaches is postural misalignment and muscular imbalances. Okay, unless you crashed, broke your vertebrae or whatever. Most of the backaches, as we know them today, are from overuse syndrome. All right.
Well, and consistency in the wrong posture.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
So
and then your muscles adapt and stay there.
Exactly.
Muscle memory.
So you rebuild the muscle, but you rebuild the muscle from the inside out so that you can get and realign the posture.
Okay.
Okay? So now you have two components of anti-aging. Now you can do it. Okay. Let me back up a little bit. Okay. So then, of course, we talked about the muscle, the nervous system. The nervous system, the energy flows through the body to the brain, okay? Through the spine, through the spinal cord. When you have poor posture, you block the energies. So you cut the energy to the brain.
Okay.
The energy flows to the brain, okay? So and that creates more stagnation, more diseases. Every muscle, every energy is all related to the internal organs, to the functioning of the brain. I mean, we're one component.
Well, like acupuncture, chiropractic focuses on that.
Exactly. You know, so now you have three components. You have the muscle mass, the muscle loss tissue, you have the posture alignment, and then you have the nervous system. Now when you can, and the nervous system is actually a physical, it's physical, you know, in the body. People, I don't know about you, but you know that a lot of people think of the nervous system kind of like this metaphysical thing that you have to meditate on it or something.
Well, I feel it when I meditate. I'm like, I'm vibrating.
Yeah, you can strengthen it. You know, you can strengthen it physically.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I thought that you could only strengthen it or calm it with meditation, but you can actually strengthen it physically, and that is
How?
there you go. Like with the Dr. Fitness USA strength training system, when you have a protocol that you can increase your strength 20% to 50% in 20 minutes, like this, bang, where your posture realigns, your vertebrae go back into place, your posture adjusts, it just gives you a tremendous energy flows to the brain, creates new circuitry, and your mind and your nervous system goes quiet, and you experience the silence of the mind, like this. Now, I've been in meditation for 25 years.
Yeah.
Listen to the thoughts come, let them go,
Yeah.
like that, the
Let
thing
them-
where they're...
Let them float away in a
float away.
balloon or whatever. Yes.
When you can actually lift that tremendous amount of weight that you don't even know is possible, it happens instantly. So that system, the Dr. Fitness USA system, is amazing because it kind of addresses all these components at the same time, and it happens fast. So that's how a person can actually increase their strength, physical strength, 20 to 50% in 20 minutes. But that's how we've had amazing results with addiction recovery, for example, because the person not only becomes stronger physically, but the mind gets quiet, and it creates just new habits. And this is why also when somebody comes and they want to lose weight or they have problems, whatever, we always recommend to address it with a program first. Because when you're quiet and your nervous system is stronger, then you're gonna start making better decisions in your life.
Well, yeah. I mean, I just did a video on this the other day because I was reading 3 books, and if there's one thing that was similar, I mean, there's so many similarities, I swear, in all these books, but they were saying if you can tackle one thing and get one thing under control, you're going to basically start this ripple effect in other areas of your life.
Yes.
So whether it's the Miracle Morning or Lewis Howes was talking about habits, and I read The Power of Habit, phenomenal books. And yeah, it's like if you can just get your body under control, maybe it's your eating or maybe it's business, just get one thing, it will start to ripple into the other areas of your life.
Well, that's for sure. And if that one thing was something as powerful as what I was explaining, then you can see the transformation of the people, that life transforming, and it happens really fast. So to come back to the anti-aging, you see, you add up all those components, and this is how when people go on this system, literally within days or months, they become looking and feeling 15 years younger. But you see it, you just have to go to our website and look at the before and after pictures.
Okay, so what about without the Dr. Fitness program? I mean,
Without it?
yes. I mean, people.
Okay, well, without it, then you got to do it a little bit the hardest way, because then you got to hit and miss. And strength training is still going to be good for you, regardless of whether you do it with or without the Dr. Fitness USA program. But I got to tell you that if you do take the time to actually look into that system, and now we have good news because we're starting to put things online, like programs online that are based on this particular protocol, so you can go and get some of those results. Like not like if you went one-on-one with a program like that. But so that's the good news. It's becoming available online. But if you don't have, for whatever reason, then without it, it will just take you a long time to actually, achieve the results that I'm talking about. Again, there's a couple of things to realize in terms of the fitness. To achieve the results that I'm talking about, there's one principle that a person needs to understand, and it's the principle of grounding the body. Now, in meditation, or we know about that principle, okay? We know how important it is to ground the body. for some reason in the fitness industry, they seem to not think it's important.
You just go and do it.
You just go and do whatever,
Got
you
it.
know.
Without having like an intention and
Or just actually physically grounding the body. This is how you find people in a gym doing an exercise on a leg press, for example, with a lot of weight or whatever. They do an exercise and then they go and they start running up and down stairs over here, and then they come back and they do an arm curl, and then they go here and then jump up and down the box. You know, like a lot.
I've done those box jumps. I probably still have bruises and scars from 3 years ago.
Did that? So you relate. So did your body feel grounded doing that?
No, you're going balls to the wall.
Yeah.
So
how can you increase your strength? How can you be focused? How can you be centered? How can you think about your posture? How can you get all this if you're doing all this stuff? You don't, okay? So if a person, for some reason, didn't want to go to drfitnessusa.com and find out about the programs that we do have online that could actually give you a step-by-step protocol that you can do on your own in a gym, you know, which makes sense, and take care of the posture, whatever. If for some reason you don't want to do that, that's okay. But at least think about those principles that I'm talking about: grounding, posture, you know, and start thinking about how is
versus mindlessly just doing the
activity.
activity.
You know, and know one thing is that, especially for a woman, the woman needs to lift heavy to look thin. Misconception, okay?
I did such heavy weights in CrossFit, and I was, for me, bulky.
CrossFit, because CrossFit is so hard on the body that it produces a lot of oxidative stress in the body, which will make you bulk up.
So you're basically doing increasing your cortisol while you're training.
Yes. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So if you want to look thin, then CrossFit is not the way to go.
Yeah.
But if you want to look thin, first you have to have a muscle, and then you have to sculpt that muscle. Okay. So the women, you just have to go to any gym right now and look at the pro trainer, the people that are actually doing the real deal. You see women that are so beautiful, so thin, and you see them lifting unimaginable amount of weight. That's the way to go. Now, I'm not saying go to the gym and go lift a 50-pound dumbbell.
I'd probably fall over.
You'll fall over. I'm not saying this. You got to kind of do it.
But if I ground my feet into the ground, maybe I'll be able to get it.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's So the women need to lift heavy in order to make achieve the body they want. Now, this is the main misconception too.
Yeah.
All the women that we see that say, "Oh yeah, I lift weight. I go to the gym," and what is it you do? Well, for the most part, I do a lot of reps with very light weight. That's,
Yeah.
and that will actually exacerbate the tendons, the ligaments. It's just not gonna do any long-term results.
My mind's going crazy right now.
But that's the truth.
But that's why we do these.
That's why we do this, and that's why you got to read my book.
Yeah.
Because I talk about it very, very extensively. This is why I wrote the book. Because people don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know, but I did the research. I did my due diligence. I'm not just saying that.
Right.
And anybody that knows a little bit about this, they will confirm what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not like inventing it. Okay, but that's why I wrote the book, because people don't know.
Well, there's so many messages out there, and sometimes it's just about the right person that you connect with and the way they deliver it. All of a sudden, it makes sense when you've been hearing it all your life. So it might just be your beautiful writing or something.
Well, I hope so. That's why I did it. That's why
I want to hear more on like the disease, and you were saying everything stems from the nervous system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
So the nervous system is what is responsible for the healing of the body. So we already talked about that part of it. If you can actually strengthen the nervous system, then you will give your body a chance to have a place to heal. Especially if you give it the other beautiful components of the other things we just talked about, then you really give your body a safe place to rest and heal and what it needs. Wait, I had a thought now and I lost it. I just wanted to say something and I lost my train of thought.
it will come back. It will come back. Disease, cancer, nervous system.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Are there like
connected? Yes.
Is there any like data behind that?
Yes. There's a lot of. Thank you. Yes. So there's a lot of research. Okay. Now also that point towards strength training for diseases like diabetes, cancer, osteoporosis. We already talked about this, but that's a big one. And basically every major illnesses now points towards strength training as prevention, and even for people that are in chemotherapy and things like that, they get better faster.
Because they get so weak.
Yeah.
They get so weak.
And exactly, and it has to do with strengthening the body and all the wonderful things that strength training does to the body, including regulating or hormonal imbalances.
Well, I got that problem. Or I did. I don't anymore. I did.
But
mindset. No, I've been tested though. So that was actually, if you guys saw my first video, that's what I went into, is hormone balancing. And at the age of 30, being told that I couldn't have kids, because I had created so much stress in my life or anxiety, after a divorce and whatnot, that I basically flatlined my estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
So
I ended up doing naturopathy and acupuncture and.
Yeah. So when you are in a position like that, I know there are you were able to.
I was doing CrossFit like 7 days a week.
Okay, well.
During that time as well. So cortisol through the roof.
Okay, so there you go. You know what I mean? Now, had you found Dr. Fitness USA yeah. So when you are in that position and it's just a matter of giving the body that strength and that rest that it needs to heal itself, because the body is a self-healing mechanism.
It is, and that is so true, and that is like the one message that keeps coming through really powerfully with all these interviews that I've been doing.
Yes, and so there's a lot of research that has been done about strength training, the effect of strength training for hormonal imbalances, and it just really makes a big difference. Like if you look, for example, in a man, the man when he ages, he produces less testosterone.
Right.
And the number one sport to produce testosterone is strength training. So obviously for a man it would be the thing to do. Now when the man ages, usually what we say, oh well, strength training, or it's good for your health. Oh, I used to when I was younger. Now I just want to do yoga. So now they stop doing exactly the thing that they would need the most. So there's a lot of lack of information, because men, when they're young, they tend to gravitate towards lifting weight, and then when they get older, now they want to ride their bike or but the strength training is what would be the most helpful. And for the women, the same thing. With all the research that I've done for the book for endometriosis, it is one of the number one activity for regulating hormonal imbalances. So when you talk about diseases and you realize that a lot of diseases are caused by the things that we talked about: stress, hormonal imbalances, postural alignment. And then when you find a system that can address all those things at once, you know, then you have a winner.
Yeah.
And that's what we have with Dr. Fitness USA's program. It's a winner because that's what it does. It addresses all those different areas in one protocol that you can do, and you don't have to do it every day. You can do it because it's so powerful that you can do it once a week, twice a week. It's a foundation. It gives you the foundation. So I call it, I compare it to the story of the three little pigs.
Okay.
There's the one that builds his house with bricks, and the other one with straw, and the other one with twigs.
It's been a while since Three Little Pigs. Okay.
I used to teach kids, so.
Got it.
So I still, you know, sometimes it still comes back. But it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because a lot of time people address their fitness like the person building, the little pig building his house with twigs.
Okay.
That don't address the foundation.
Yeah.
So when the big bad wolf comes, and the big bad wolf could be a crisis in one's life, it could be an accident, it could be anything, then the body falls apart.
Well, and even with pregnancy,
there you go.
When you have more muscle tone, you bounce back faster.
Absolutely.
It's not necessarily your heart cardio, it's the muscle.
It's the muscles. Like we have a student that has been on Dr. Fitness USA's for 10 years now. It was one of our success stories. We use his test. Oh, actually, he wrote the foreword to my last book.
Okay.
Dr. Bruce Bartman, he's actually a medical doctor. He owned a women's clinic. And he, a couple of years ago, had a really bad fall on a bicycle and broke his leg in 3 places.
Okay.
And if he hadn't been in such an amazing shape, he would be crippled. So the doctor said, and he rebounced. And so the muscle on your body is like insurance. If you have it and you fall, there's a chance that you're not going to get hurt as bad, okay? And if you do get hurt, then you will recover faster because also the muscle has memory. So if you break something or you have a hardship or something, then you can come back. The body remembers, it wants to get back. It's already programmed, so you will recover much faster. So insurance.
I think that's my favorite line.
It is.
Build your muscle and consider it paying for your health insurance.
There you go.
Yeah, so I would say the takeaway for today is obviously get to the gym. Possibly enroll in the Dr. Fitness USA.
Well,
what is it?
You know what? This is what I would say. If you're really, if you
boil it down like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Okay. Go to drfitnessusa.com. We have blogs, interviews, like so much information. Our YouTube channel, we have way over 110 videos and building more and more. YouTube.com/Dr. Fitness USA.
Okay. We'll put it all in the links.
Yeah.
Too.
So there's tons of information. So, you know, I've learned the hard way because I had my injuries and my life story. And I am doing all this work, writing all these books, putting all the content so that I can share my journey in the last 9 years so you can save yourself like 5-10 years of your life with my experience that I'm sharing. So take advantage of it. Go find the book, the links to the books, everything is on the website. Go there and educate yourself, right? And so you can make the decisions for yourself. So
ground yourself, do your strength training in a relaxed mindset, And
call us at 424-245-6560.
we got a promoter here. We got a big time promoter.
Because you keep saying, but you know what? I'm not saying it.
But
for
I just want to wrap
promotion.
it up for people because people are going to be driving in their cars as they're listening. So, you know.
Okay.
So ground yourself when you're working out. Before. Do your strength training from a relaxed mindset.
Yes.
And what's the third takeaway?
Posture. Just watch. Just really be aware of your postures, because when your posture goes south, you go south. It affects the mind, the spirit. It affects everything, and it will
holding
affect the
yourself
health.
high.
So work on the opposing.
And then
direction.
all of this is your own health insurance to support disease, cancer,
Absolutely.
depression, all sorts of stuff.
Yes. Number one.
Awesome.
Proven.
Yay! Well, thank you, Batista.
Well, thank you.
And yes, Feminine Body Design. She has some other books. You'll see it all on the website.
On the website,
We'll have all the
yeah.
links up. And thank you for joining
thank you.
us.
It was a pleasure.
And spreading the message and shifting our paradigm around strength training.
Yes, and don't be afraid of it.
Don't be afraid of it. I gotta get to the gym after this.
Don't be afraid of it.
I need to go get my weights on.
There you go.
All right. Well, thank you so much for
thank you.
joining us, and we will talk to you guys soon. If you guys have anyone that is also shifting a perspective around healthcare and awareness, would love to speak to them and spread the message.
Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you were as inspired as I was for that last message. So powerful, so powerful. And remember, if you have friends and family that also have powerful messages, we want to get them out. They deserve to be heard because we all learn from each other, and there are so many unique ways of healing ourselves that doctors don't even know about. I don't even know about until someone shares with me. So support the mainstream mission. Let's show everyone that there is another way, and let's crush the word alternative so that it's care. We are just being in self-care and proactive about our health, which is our wealth, and that's what it's all about here at Health Addict and the Mainstream Mission. So please share, and thank you so much again for joining us, and we'll talk to you on the next one. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Bye.